Um, Hi everyone. I'm so excited that we're doing this because for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jessie. I am a coach, obviously. But me and Brittany became besties. And for y'all that don't know Brittany, she's right there. Say hi, Brittany.
Hi.
On the cruise, we became besties, and her husband and my boyfriend became besties.
Are you still there?
Huh? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh no, it says my internet's unstable. What's going on? Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Okay. So we became besties, and now we do daily dance parties every day, and we talk every day. And she's pretty much like my girlfriend. So
really quick. Let me just let me interrupt for 1 second. So I wanted to introduce Jessie actually to my team because Jessie's awesome. So Jessie is a Star Diamond coach, and she is awesome. She is highly into the like page training. If you are doing the like page training, you'll see her face all over the place, and she has taught me so much. Like page training and not, I mean, I don't even think we even talked about like page. Anyway, but it's amazing the friendships that you can really gain from this business. Like, I never thought in a million years that I would be friends with her. Seriously. I was like, I don't even know. I don't know about that, Jessie. Anyway, so she's great. And we kind of merged calls tonight because we both have Monday night calls. So I really appreciate everyone being on the call. We're kind of going to just, run it. You guys know me, that I'm super casual with the team calls, but Jessie has like some amazing content for us set up. So seriously, get a pen and paper. Yeah, that's my intro.
thanks, Brittany. And Brittany is just awesome. There's no need for an introduction because she's just that awesome. But y'all should go follow her on her like page because seriously, her posts are like, I want to copy every single one, but I don't, but I want to because they're just awesome. And she is awesome. So I'm going to get started on the actual call because y'all don't want to hear about either one of us. You're here to hear about the actual call, what we're doing. And tonight, what we're going to be talking about is speaking to your avatar and branding your story. So the first thing I said when we got on this call is to grab a piece of paper and a pen. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because we're actually going to have you go through an exercise with us while we're on this call. And it's going to be super helpful for you to figure out your avatar. And I'm going to tell you what an avatar is. So if you're sitting there saying, like, are these the blue things that, Pixar came up with? Like, no, they're not aliens. It's not anything like that. I'll explain all of that in a few minutes. But seriously, grab a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes. The first thing that I wanted to start with is you are your brand. So the only thing that is going to set you apart from other coaches and the only thing that you can offer your customers and your challengers are you, right? So there's no one out there like you, no matter what you think. No one's like you. No one shares your struggles. No one shares your story. You are you. You're the only thing that you're going to be the thing that gets people interested in joining your team or joining your challenge groups, right? So what the heck is an avatar? Your avatar is your dream client. This is someone that you really, really relate to. And we're going to go through processing how to figure out your avatar, how to target those people, how to speak to your avatar. Because when you're posting something, you're not just posting it and throwing it up and saying, like, okay, here, everyone join me. Yeah, in the beginning of coaching, I find a lot of people do just try and sign up anyone, and they try and sign up everyone and anyone that they can, right? Because you want to start building your business. You want to start making income. You want to start growing your team. And it doesn't always work out the way we want it, right? So I actually went through my coaches the other day, through my downline, and I saw that the people that made me diamond, the people that were originally under me, I have 2 or 3 that are active or that are still coaching. Everyone else quit or just has been inactive. and that's okay. That's fine. But that shows you that this business, not everyone's going to stick around, right? Especially people that you're just signing up just to sign up. If you have no relationship with these people, if you have nothing in common with them, that's what's going to happen. And I'm not telling you to turn people down if they want a challenge pack. Like, definitely don't do that, obviously. But start speaking in your post to the people that you want to attract. If you're a mom, like, I'm not a mom. I'm not going to speak to moms. I'm not going to say, hey, you want to be a stay-at-home mom and hang out with your kids? I don't hang out with my kids. I hang out with my dogs every day. Like, that's my life. So I'm going to speak to people that have dogs. I'm going to speak to people that love their animals and love their pets and want to just be able to be at home with them or with their boyfriends or whatever. So, real quick, sorry. Want to make sure everyone is. Angela, can you mute yourself at the bottom corner?
I actually can't see you.
You can't see me.
You can. I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's okay. We don't have slides or anything. Okay, I can mute you actually.
I'm gonna.
Oh, I muted you. I muted you on accident. Sorry. Okay. Don't worry about it. You're good. I could hear a little bit of background noise, so I just wanted to make sure that was gone. Okay. So for your avatars, these people are your dream team. They're your dream clients. They're your soul sisters. They're not just, customers that you want to make money off of. And you want to know everything about them, what they like, what they dislike, pages that they follow, where are they shopping at, what TV shows are they watching. And the reason why you want to know this is because you want to be able to speak to them. If I'm posting about, I don't know, Scandal, because I love Scandal. I don't know if anyone else watches that, or Grey's Anatomy, right? If I'm posting, yeah, I see you, girl. She's got me. She's my avatar. She likes Grey's Anatomy and Scandal. So if I'm posting about Scandal or Grey's Anatomy on my like page and I'm getting like nobody commenting on it or nobody interacting with me, then that means that I'm not speaking to my avatar. And obviously not every single person has to like Grey's Anatomy or Scandal, but I know that I'm not going to talk about it. I know I'm not going to post about it because I'm not going to get any engagement from it. But if I'm interacting with the people that like Scandal or that like Grey's Anatomy or that have kids or that have dogs, and I'm posting about those things, and that's what's going to attract more people to my page. That's going to build a relationship because they feel a connection to me in some way and somehow, right? So that's pretty much what an avatar is. Like I said, your post should be speaking to them in a way that they get you. I've had so many people tell me, like if I'm talking to you like this is how I'm posting. I will literally sit here and talk out my post and I'm typing it. I'm not going back and editing. I'm not going back and like making sure I use fancy words because I don't speak like that. You have to speak or you have to post how you speak. People will notice if you're kind of not being you, especially if they know you. If they don't know you, it still comes off that way. It still comes off like, oh, she's using words that she's never used before. She's, speaking in a way that she doesn't normally speak. Like it feels fake. It doesn't feel real. So make sure that you are speaking through your posts like you normally would if you were talking to a friend. And I've had so many people say that when they come up to me and meet me at Summit or on the cruise or on a Beachbody event, like they're like, oh, like I feel like I already know you because through Facebook, like this is how you normally are on Facebook. And that's true. I am like this 100 million hours in the day. And I post like this. So definitely make sure you're speaking through your post. So this is where I want you to grab that pen and paper I told you to grab. And I really do want you to write these things down because it's super, super important. I'm going to actually ask you some questions. So I don't know if y'all have heard of the Platinum Edge. It is who does it? Christine Dwyer. I was saying the wrong person earlier. Christine Dwyer, who, if y'all don't know who she is a very, very, very successful coach in this business. She puts on what's called the Platinum Edge, and it's like this huge, it's pretty much a mini summit. It's for her downline and anyone in her downline. And my friend Kelsey went to it, and she actually did this exercise, and I listened to one of her calls, and she did it on her call, and I thought, wow, like I was doing it while she was doing the call, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, why haven't I not done this with my team? So now I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I actually want you to write down the answers. You don't have to write down like huge paragraphs, y'all. Just list a few things. You can always go back and redo this and actually like sit down and think about it, but I do want to go over it because this is going to help you figure out who your avatars are. It's going to help you figure out your story. It's going to help you figure out who you can speak to and how you can speak to them. So the first question is, and I'm going to like pause so y'all can actually write things down. So I want to see y'all all like writing. The first thing that the question is, what do you like to read? So do you like certain types of books? Do you like fiction, nonfiction, romance? Is there a certain genre you like? Stuff about fitness? Do you like magazines? This is really important because if you yourself don't like reading huge long paragraphs, you probably shouldn't be posting in huge long paragraphs, right? If you like reading magazine articles that are short, you know, and just to the point, then that's how you should be posting. I like reading. I enjoy reading. So if y'all go look at my posts, majority of them are like paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. Now, I wouldn't do that for every post, but the ones that I'm speaking from my heart and the ones that I'm really, really, really trying to get my avatar to connect with, those are going to be longer. So what do you like to read? Write all of that down. The second one is, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do in your free time? And don't just say Beachbody. I am super guilty of just being like Beachbody, 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 Beachbody. But you need hobbies outside of this. You need hobbies outside your job, correct? So what are your hobbies? Do you have family? Do you like to spend time with your kids? Do you have dogs? Do you like to spend time with your dogs? Do you go hiking? Do you like outdoors? Do you go on vacation? Go shopping? Just list a few things. It doesn't have to be this huge long thing. The third one is, what are you asked about most? So when people are asking you questions about your life or about this business, what are you asked about most? Is it about nutrition? Is it about working out? Is it about mommy tips? You know, or just if you're like me, like I love do-it-yourself projects. Like I get asked a lot about do-it-yourself projects. Are you a Pinterest person and getting asked a lot about doing arts and crafts or different things that you like to do? What are you asked about the most? Number 4 is list 5 words that describe who you are as a person. And what I mean by this is, who are you? Are you a friend? Are you a mom? Are you a sister? Are you a fitness instructor? Do you have another job? Are you a nurse? Or are you a manager? I personally am a daughter, a dog-obsessed person. I am a long-term girlfriend. I've been in a relationship for over 7 years. I'm a really good friend, so if anyone wants to be my friend, hit me up. Number 5 is, and I like this one a lot, what do people think is most memorable about you? So in your group of friends, who are you? Are you the encourager? Are you the motivator? Are you funny? Are you fashionable? Are you organized? What makes you the most memorable out of all of your friends or all of your family? What do you think people think about you? When they think about you, what do they think? Okay, we have number 6. We only have a few left. This one's fun. So if you had a superpower, what would it be? Now, I don't want you saying like, I want to time travel, or I want to be able to read people's minds, or I want to fly, because that's not realistic and that's not going to help you in your business, right? I want you to be really thinking, if you had a superpower, what would it be? Mine would be to be organized, because if you could see my desk right now, or my room, or my life, it's not organized at all. I'm just not an organized person. I try to be, it's just not my thing. So that would be my superpower. I would be organized. I would have muscles. I would be super strong. Super strength could be one. You want to be super strong? This is probably my favorite one. Well, one of my favorite ones. Number 7 is, what did you enjoy doing when you were 10 years old? I'm serious. Think back when you were 10 years old. I know it's a little weird. You're thinking like, oh, Jesus, I don't know what I liked to do when I was 10. But the thing is, you may not like the same things that you did when you were 10, right? Or maybe you do. Maybe you actually love to do the things that you still love to do when you were 10. You still love to do that, right? I wrote down when I did this that I love to be around people. I love to be with my friends. I was a cheerleader, which I am no longer a cheerleader, and I love to dance. And I still love to dance. I still love to be around people. So, you know, where they were going with this is we're at our purest when we're that young, right? So there's no limits. We're not scared of trying to do something, or our fear isn't really holding us back. So do the things that you like to do when you were 10. Obviously, if you're like, I want to fly and jump off the roof, don't do that. But, you know, do the things that you like to do when you were 10. If you like to dance, if you like to be around people, and you kind of grew up and now you're like, I'm a little nervous what people are going to think about me. Screw that. Go do what you like to do when you were 10. Write that down. The next one, I want you to put like 20 stars by. Like, circle it, put stars next to it. Because this is probably the most important part. What message needs to get out more than you need to make money in this business? Obviously, this is a business where we're making money, right? We need to make money, especially if we're doing this full time. We need to eat and feed our families and have a roof over our house. But there's a message out there that needs to get out more than you need to make money. And for me, it was a message of being able to battle depression and anxiety and help other people that are going through that same thing. Also believing in yourself, because I lack the confidence to believe in myself, and I want to help other people be able to do that. So what is your message? What needs to get out there in order for you to really share your story and to help other people? Don't worry about the money aspect of it. Just worry about the message. And then the last one is number 9. And it's, what do you hope is said about you when you're not around? People talk about people. That's human nature. That's life. But what do you want people to be saying about you when you're not around? What qualities do you want people to notice about you? What do you hope is said about you when you're not around? That to me is like one of the most powerful things I can think about, because I've actually been told recently, this past weekend, that I've been deleted from a bunch of my friends' Facebook pages because they're sick of seeing my posts. Well, guess what? That's fine. That's okay. You're still talking about me, and I know what you're saying about me, and that's okay, because you're going to want to come back around. I know it. You can feel it. So that, I want you all to go back later on tonight and really think about those questions. Obviously, I mean, we could sit here all night and I could let you answer those questions, but really, really, really sit down and think about it, because those questions are going to help you figure out your story and figure out who you want to talk to, who is going to have those same attributes and same qualities as you do as a coach, right? So I want you to do that tonight. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is how to brand your story. And me and Brittany are going to share a little bit in a a little while about our specific avatars and kind of give you another homework exercise to do later on tonight, because I think it's really important, and I think it's going to help y'all understand and figure out your avatars even more. But I want to talk to you about how to brand your story. So, like I said before, your story is your story. There's no one out there that has the same story as you, right? So we have a few steps with that. The first step is developing a giving mindset. So as coaches, majority of us are not here just to make money, right? You didn't join this just to make money and not help anybody. You joined this opportunity because you wanted to change someone's life, whether it was your life or someone else's life. And that's the very first thing, and number one thing is giving as much as you possibly can. You're not giving to get something. You're giving to help people. You're giving to brand yourself. You're giving to develop credibility, and to develop trust with other people, right? So, giving value, I know y'all hear all the time, adding value to your post. That doesn't mean just posting a sweaty selfie and saying, hey, I work out every day. Great for you. That's awesome. And people will watch your journey, but that's not going to motivate someone to want to work out. Being consistent with it might, but that's going to take a while to build up. Adding value, meaning you're being vulnerable and you're sharing things that you might not necessarily be comfortable sharing, but it's going to help you connect with those people. Being real, being open, being honest. Again, speak out loud when you're typing your posts. Videos. I know video can be super scary, and if you go look at my videos, I ramble half the time and I don't make sense, and people are probably watching me like, what the heck is this girl talking about? But the more and more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it, and people can see your emotions. When you're typing, and we all do it, when we're fighting with our husbands or boyfriends and they're texting and they send that K, what I'm talking about, that, okay, cool, and you don't know their attitude, and you get mad and you just want to strangle them, right? So over text, you can't read someone's emotions. You can't see if they're excited about something. You can't feel their emotions. Video is where it's at, y'all. You have to make videos on your page. And I know it's scary. Trust me, I hated making videos. I would sit there and redo them over and over again because I'd be like, and I still do it. My mom says she's going to play a drinking game and get drunk off the first 5 minutes of my videos because every time I say she's going to take a shot, right? So I do it. I say constantly. But the more and more I do it, the more I do my videos, I get better and better at it. So adding value through videos, sharing your story, breadcrumbing your story. Meaning don't just share all of it at once. Break it up. I've been coaching for almost 2 years, and there's still things that I haven't shared. And I'm waiting because I know there's going to be this perfect opportunity for me to share, but I'm just holding on to it. And if you don't think your story is good enough, then you need to sit down and really, really dig into some PD, because everyone here has something valuable to add and to share to someone. What else do I want to say? When people identify with your story, that makes them naturally want to know more about you and your brand. So, if you dealt with depression, or if you had an eating disorder and you talk about that and someone's reading it, they're going to connect to you because you have that connection. If I'm reading something about, 10 minutes, we might have to jump back on because I still have a lot to say. So if it can't kick us off, just use the same link and it'll let us back on. So, if I'm reading something about depression and anxiety, and that's what kind of helped me start my journey, was because I had people that I was watching. They weren't Beachbody coaches, but I was watching them and they were talking about how they were overcoming their struggle of depression, and I was dealing with that, and I was like, well, if I can lose weight, maybe that's going to help me. And that's what it took. It took me reading and connecting with that person and reaching out to them and saying, hey, what are you doing? Because I need to do it. I need to do what you're doing. And that's what you're posting. That's what you should be posting. Step 2 in this is adding value and establishing your brand. like I said, in the beginning, we want to sign up anyone we can, right? We just want to start building our businesses. But eventually, you're going to have to weed out the people joining your team. Challenge groups are a little different. If they want the help, definitely give it to them. But the people joining your team, you want those people that you're making connections with to be lasting. My team is my family. Everyone on this call that's on my team knows that they can come to me whenever they want. A lot of them are very much like me. We're goofy. We're crazy sometimes. We like to party. We're from New Orleans, majority of us. And those that aren't still like to party and still like to have fun. And that's just who we are. We're a fun atmosphere. But bringing someone onto our team that isn't like that, I curse a lot. So I'm not going to bring someone on who doesn't like to curse. I mean, they don't have to curse, but if they're like offended by it, or if they, think that I'm this like devil woman because I say the word shit occasionally, then it's not going to go too well, right? So just make sure the people that are joining your team are people that you want to work with. That's the best part of this business. You get to choose who you work with. You get to choose who you want on your team. So make sure you're adding people to your team that you actually want to work with, and you're not just trying to sign them up just to sign them up, right? You have to establish authority in your business. Your why, we talk about it all the time. I know you hear it all the time. Find your why, but your why is going to be that connection to that person. So make sure that your why is strong enough. Make sure it is really, really good. If you don't have a why, you need to sit down and figure it out. If it's financial stability, if it's to help yourself lose weight or just stay accountable, if it's for your family, whatever it might be, talk about that, because that's going to connect with someone. If you're a mom and you want to stay at home with your kids, that's going to connect with someone. If you want to take your kids on a family vacation, that's going to connect with someone that has been wanting to take their kids to Disney World but can't afford it. That's going to connect with someone. So talk about your why. Constantly talk about your why. Constantly. Like every day. Change it. Don't say the same things over and over again. But, talk about it in a different way. Most people don't realize how valuable their stories are. You don't need a huge weight loss transformation. You don't need to be making $1 million with the company to get someone's attention, right? So the stories that grab attention are the ones that are relatable to that person. Your story is going to be your business. You can't grow this business without your story. You can't. So if you're sitting back, not really sharing it, not really open to sharing it, then you're not going to be able to get where you want to go in this business. It's not going to be possible because people need to hear your story, and you need to grab their attention and make them understand you and make them trust you enough to reach out to you for help. Step 3 in this branding your story is creating a storyline. So this is really simple. And I think a lot of people don't really realize it or think about it in this way. Every brand should have a storyline. So these are the 5 basic storyline steps, or I guess actions that every storyline should have, right? So the first, there's a character. There's a character in the story. The character has a problem, right? The character finds a guide. Sorry, my dogs are barking. They bark every 5 minutes. So the character has a problem. The character finds a guide. The guide may or may not be you, right? So the guide provides a solution, which is a challenge group or the coaching opportunity. And then the guide motivates the character to take action. Doing coaching or joining your challenge group and actually doing it, not just, sitting back and watching everyone else do it. I think a lot of people make mistakes here because, and I'm going to actually go over the five mistakes that a lot of people make on social media, but a lot of times, and this is the number 1 mistake, is making yourself the hero of the story. You are not the hero of this story, right? The character is the hero. So your coaches on your team are the heroes. Your challenger is the hero. So when you post a transformation, you are posting them being the hero, not you. You didn't do it. You didn't make them lose weight. They lost weight. They chose to. You were their guide, and you helped them. You motivated them, but you did not do that. they did it, right? So make sure when you're posting that type of stuff, you're not making yourself the hero. Clarity is number 2. So how clear are you on your page? How clear is it when I go to your page? How clear is it that I know you're a Beachbody coach, and that I know what a Beachbody coach is, and that I know what a challenge group is? Because you have to think about it from the outside. You know, I used to post all the time about my challenge groups, and then I'd have people message me and say, what the heck is a challenge group? Because all I would say is, oh, you want to join my challenge group? Everyone come join my challenge group. It's really fun. It's cool. No one knows what that is. Talk about your challenge groups. Talk about what you do in your challenge groups. Video is the best way to do that. But if you need to make a post about it, talk about your challenge groups. Talk about the accountability. Talk about the motivation. Talk about, you know, the results you're getting and that your challengers are getting through your challenge groups. Do you talk about the coaching opportunity? If so, do you explain what the coaching opportunity is? Not a lot of people understand this business, and I know obviously you're not going to post a huge long thing about what coaching is, but share what coaching's done for your life. Share what coaching is doing for your business, for your family, for your bank account. But just make sure it's clear and understandable and people get it. The number 3 biggest mistake is selling to external problems. So I have a quote here. The average business sells solutions to external problems. Top performing businesses sell to internal problems. So if you there's always a deep-rooted problem, right? So for me, my weight gain was because I was a binge eater. I was binge eating in college, and it was because I was stressed out with school. My freshman year, I was in a really bad relationship and just went off the deep end. And then that weight gain turned into anxiety and depression, and I was dealing with that. And it was internal. Yes, my physical appearance, I was 50 pounds overweight. It's about to kick me off, so we're going to jump back on once I get kicked off, but I'm going to keep talking. I was 50 pounds overweight, and I needed to lose weight, but internally I needed to work on myself. So sell to your challengers or your prospects internal problems, not their physical problems, right? External problems. It's somewhere, there's something in them that's deep rooted, that's where their issue's coming from, and that's what you need to sell to. That's what you need to speak to when you're posting. You need to speak to their internal problems. Number 4 is basing success on the wrong number. So a lot of times, and I know I do this, I sit there and I'm like, oh my God, I only had 4 likes on that post and it was really good and no one else liked it and no one commented on it. That's basing your success on the wrong numbers, because you know what? Those 4 likes, if one person messages me that liked that post, or even if they didn't like it, and they message me and reach out to me and decide to join me or just get some value from me, then that's what matters, right? You know, they're getting value, they're getting help. Doesn't mean they have to like your post. Same thing with followers. If you have a like page and you don't have a ton of followers, that's okay. Obviously, you want to work to grow your followers, but you can't base your success on the number of followers you have. I'm at 15,000 followers on my like page. Bonnie Engel was at that like 3 months ago. Am I doing as good as Bonnie Engel? No. But I'm still helping people, right? I'm still reaching people. And people are going to connect with me and relate to me before they relate to her. And that's okay. And people are going to relate to you before they relate to me. That's normal. That's what happens. And then the last thing, which is probably going to cut me off, and this is like the most important thing. So I want y'all to jump back on if it cuts me off right in the middle of this.